This is a review of the K-ble Ultra. It's a 10-foot heavy-duty lightning cable designed for use with Apple products that use lightning cables to charge and exchange data. This cable is 118 inches long, slightly over, so it's not really 10 feet, it's 3 meters, but it's only about 1 inch and 7/8 short. This has a very large outside diameter on the cable. It's 0.117 inches diameter. The original Apple cable is only 0.105, so it's actually bigger in diameter. I don't know whether that's the thickness of the insulation making it the larger wire conductors inside the cable itself. In this review, I'm going to compare this cable that's 10 feet long, or 3 meters, to the standard Apple cable for several reasons. I want to show you charging currents and compatibility with chargers. And I'm also going to use 2 different AC wall chargers. This is the standard Apple iPad Air charger that's rated at 2.4 amps. And this one here is a standard type of OEM charger you might buy off of Amazon. It's a good charger. I've used it for over a year on many devices. And I just want to show you some idiosyncrasies between these 2 cables. You can see I have an iPad Air and a voltage and current meter in line with the standard Apple charger for the iPad Air. I'm going to plug this in and show you what it's charging at to give you an idea. And here you can see it's charging at 0.96 amps. And you can see up here that the battery symbol is green. You can see I have the same setup. All I've changed is the cable. This is the standard Apple cable. I'm now going to plug that in, and we'll see what the difference is. And here you can see that the iPad Air is charging at 1.91 amps, and the battery symbol is green with the lightning symbol. So the standard Apple cable, which is only 3 feet long, or 1 meter, is actually charging at about twice the rate of the other cable. Here you can see I have the K-ble 10-foot version. I'm going to plug it in. And here you can see it's charging at 0.71 amps at the 5.11 volts. You can see I have the Apple cable. I'm going to plug it into an iPhone 5S. And you can see that it's charging at 0.87 amps. And you heard the phone beep, and the battery symbol is green and it's charging. See, I'm using the OEM charger. I'm going to plug it in now. And you'll see that it's drawing 0.76 amps. But if you come up here, it says that the iPad Air is not charging. This is with the 10-foot cable. And here I go with the Apple cable in the same setup. And you can see it's drawing 1.53 amps. And it's charging, and the battery symbol is green. I wanted to show that little test I did with the different chargers and cables because there is a difference. That doesn't make this a bad cable. You just have to understand some of the limitations. The pros of this cable, it's 3 meters long. I mean, between you and I'm sick of 3-foot long cables that when you plug them into the AC wall charger don't even reach to the top of your desk or your dresser, so you can't plug anything in. The first thing you have to go find is an extension cord with a plug-in adapter. This cable is well made, and if you come in close here, you can see the quality of the strain reliefs on the end is very nice on both ends. So it makes it very strong and robust. The cable also worked well on my computer. I plugged it into my computer to a USB 3.0 port, and it syncs data with iTunes perfectly. Oddly enough, it also charged them. I think with some chargers you're going to find that if it has a little bit of a low voltage, you're going to have a problem with this cable because there is a voltage drop across this cable. On the con side, my devices would not charge with some USB AC wall chargers, and the original Apple cable worked with all those chargers perfectly. So it's the impedance in here is a little bit higher because it's longer, and because of that, it's going to not charge in some conditions. So make sure you use a good charger like the one that came with your Apple products. And when I was using the Apple iPad Air charger that was rated at 2.4 amps, this cable here charged at 0.94 amps. And when I used the standard Apple cable, it actually charged the same iPad Air at 1.89 amps. That's a substantial difference. What that means is if you're in a hurry, You need to use the Apple cable because it's going to charge at a faster rate. Overall, this is a nicely made cable, but you should be aware that your devices will charge at lower rates. I'm still going to rate this cable at 4 stars. The reason for that, I love the 10-foot length. Regardless of what type of cable you use, if it's that long, you're going to charge at a reduced current. You're better off using a first-class cable like this one than you are buying a cable extender that's going to cause equal or more drop and not be as safe. The review is done by jjceo. I'd like to tell you that I received a sample for test and evaluation, and I didn't promise a review, but I promised that if I gave one it would be fair and honest.